How many times a day does your customer service or sales team receive the "where's my order" emails, or "can I get an airway bill or an update on that"? It's the most common question in a B2B inbox, whether if you're working in sales or customer service. And it's crazy that around 70% of all email traffic revolves around these admin type update based emails, which are critical to customers. But it means your team are actually spending time opening emails, copy and pasting information from some sort of report system or software, and typing emails back, and simply just trying to work out how to jazz up saying hello or kind regards or warm regards or have a good day at the end of an email, instead of actually creating value for your organisation. By the end of this video, you're going to understand the hidden costs this has on your team, but also the impact it can have on the potential sales with these customers in the future. We're going to talk through how instant replies transform trust and lifetime revenue, how you can give customers instant, accurate replies that solves the problem straight away, all while reducing your team's admin by around 70%. That I think is completely overlooked and overthought. And the fact we have humans wasting time and spending businesses' money in terms of salary doing these things every single day is crazy to me. So I'm going to talk you through some of the actual real world costs. So think about it. The majority of emails, around 70%, are these same old "where's my order" type emails. And around 90% of these emails can be answered by data that already exists, just readily available. The only difference is that the data lives here and the customer's questions here, and the humans are just constantly linking that gap all the time, playing admin, moving information. So 70% of the emails we receive have these type of questions, and of that 70%, over 90% of that information simply just exists and just needs to be copy and pasted or answered. Then we can forecast that a large proportion of your team's day, both in minutes and salary paid, is spent on moving information from one place to another, which in 2025 is mind-boggling. But it's not just the cost of wasting time doing things that realistically humans shouldn't be doing. It's also the mental battle of the noise, whereby your team are already pressurised enough and spending all this time doing things they simply shouldn't be doing in areas that they know they're not adding value, and it is completely demoralising. But it gets worse still, because think about it. If that information exists somewhere and your customer hasn't got it yet, we are failing to design these questions and these problems out of our customer service, and most importantly our customer experience. And what impact does this have? Well, we live in a very competitive environment. In nearly every industry there's multiple competitors, and customer demands are higher than ever. A customer needs this answer before they start to type in the email. Someone has come to them needing an update on something. They're working through their daily job and realise something's become urgent and they need an update on something. So by the time they've typed the email and hit send and it's arrived in your inbox and you've read it, that could have been minutes if not hours have passed. And in most instances the question to ask ourselves is, why do our customers even have to ask these questions? We're already a step behind in top tier, first level, customer led service. And if we can just think about it in one way, every minute a customer has to wait for an answer is a minute that they're potentially thinking about moving to a competitor. It pushes them further away. Silence erodes trust, even faster than bad news. Just put yourself in the buyer's shoes. Anytime you've bought anything, whether it's in a B2C environment or a B2B, no news is bad news. It's not no news is good news. That is a load of rubbish, because we want to know what we're dealing with. And if we don't get a reply for hours on something super urgent, and in a lot of cases days, that silence is something whereby that buyer, that organisation can't make a strategic decision. They're still waiting on the answer, they're still waiting on the update, and they need solid updates. And in my experience, even when we have bad news, is how we handle a customer, how we update them, how we speak to them and respond to them and keep them in the know, makes them feel valued and makes them feel like you care about them and can support them. Because even when we do have bad news, if we give bad news quickly and update them, it gives them the most amount of time to find another solution or do something about it. So no news in the B2B world and customer service world is absolutely bad news, because it just shows lack of professionalism and lack of care and erodes trust faster than anything. But teams are truly trapped. Ultimately, our sales teams do not want to be doing customer service, and our customer service teams do not want to sit there typing the same old emails every single day, working our way through our email inbox, finding data that already exists, clicking copy and paste. Humans are better than that, and I think companies should be better than that too. We should value our customers more. Since email has replaced the fax machine, the way in which we use it hasn't really moved on at all, which means it's become the bottleneck. Because we have more information than ever, we have higher customer demands than ever, yet we use the same tool in the same way to manually drag information and communicate through email. And I think it's about time that changed. And not only are the people swamped, but a lot of organisations are too. Companies can't just afford to keep throwing more people at the problem, having more sales, customer service, or operations people to sit there and answer these questions. Because the truth is, once you've answered these questions, it's post-revenue and post-sale. So these are all things that are cost of sale and cost for business operations. So adding more people, despite the fact we'll solve the problem in the sense of get customers' answers quicker, we might not be able to afford to improve that service and do that simply due to the costs and the margins of the business. So it isn't really a people problem, but it absolutely is a bottleneck around Outlook and email. So to me, that becomes a systems problem that I'm going to show you a fix for. Here is our tool that acts exactly like a customer service rep, and I've named this one Beanie. Beanie is the helpful customer service team that has access to all of our data and can deal with all the customer inquiries for the Jelly Bean factory. So let me talk you through how this works ever so quickly. Think of this as a human being watching an email inbox, sat down working, but their only job is to watch an inbox. Then, the moment an email comes in, it moves through to the humanized logic that we use in a little bit of beautiful AI for. And there's a big prompt built into this that essentially tells exactly what it is, what's the outcome, what needs to happen as and when, and what tools it has access to. Basically, this is Beanie's logic and brain. This is the training. So if you're training a human, we put the training manual into an AI and let it rip. And that is as effective and as simple as it is, and it never forgets. So Beanie will read the inbound email and work out, is this something I can answer? Is this a question that I have access to the data that I can type a response and deal with myself? And the answer will be yes in this instance, obviously. Beanie then will work out what information do I need and access this database here. Now, this is an A table. I'm going to show you what this is connected to. So this is plumbed into this wonderful sort of spreadsheet here, but this is not a normal spreadsheet. A table is like a version of Excel, but Excel on steroids. Excel times 1,000. Excel of our dreams that does everything that we as knowledge-based workers in sales, customer service, operations, the internal teams, external teams, whatever it is, if you deal with information and you deal with reports, Airtable is essentially a little bit better than Excel because you can use a little bit of AI wrapped around it to do things that you struggle with, and it works a bit like a Power BI dashboard in the sense of you can create illustrations, it's live, you can create metrics from it, you can have dashboards running from it, but it's constantly live, everything works perfectly, it's phenomenal. Anyway, this here is a top level sort of report that I've put together, or database that I've put together that essentially pulls together perhaps all the splintered data that we need to ask questions. So it could be the ERP system for stuff like PO, sales orders, customer contact details. That might be in the CRM, it might be in the ERP. We can sync that together to have one top level, one source of truth that we can answer everything from. All the details around the orders, quantities, statuses. Now, anything with colours like this is a bit like conditional formatting, but that means that that column can change live based on variables, based on inputs of information. That we could essentially have all this information across a few software packages, maybe reports and tools, and all come here to one source of truth that we can get the beautiful Beanie to scrape and have a look at, even down to order notes, even down to customer status if they're a VIP customer, one of our important customers. Perhaps we've got an agreement, service level agreement with them, order updates, tracking details, all that. We can pull that all for any information that lives online or in a spreadsheet or on a report. We can pull through to Airtable and keep it all live. So that's our database. So let's show you one illustrative example. So I'm going to jump into mail.com. This, I am just pretending to be the customer in this example. I've already typed an email. Hi, Thrive team. When is PO 123582, please? Let's just show you that PO first. So, PO 12358, Ella Moore from Candy Corner. She's ordered 300 Cola Pops. Sounds beautiful. Anyway, we're going to click send and jump into our flow. This will watch for any live incoming emails, but in this instance, just because it's a demo, I'm going to manually execute it. Just found the email already. Beanie now's not what she needs to do. She's realised that email's for her. She's found the information. She's typed in the email response, and now she's sent it. 10 seconds, maybe? So let's go back. As she responded, I'm going to refresh this. And look, I may have spelled update wrong. I apologise. Click on this. And, hi, Bob. Thank you for reaching out. Your order 12358 is currently awaiting payment and is due November. I understand this urgent review. If there's anything else I can assist you with, please let me know. Best wishes, Beanie. So they're waiting for payment then. Let's jump into the year table to see if that's true. 12358, 13th of November. 12358. Obviously, I sent the messages. Bob, the person who ordered this, is Ella. So that is my fault. But we got Ella here, Candy Corner, Cola Pop, 1234, awaiting payment. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Track and date. That's fantastic. So we're waiting payment for this order. Let's just do another quick one as a example. I'm going to send a new email. Let's just pick one that is. Where's the order status this year? Dispatch it. We'll go for. Let's try Sugarworks. Mike Marsh. And just from a security perspective, you can set this up so that it won't respond, or it'll only respond to the inbound emails from the right people. This is just a top level version of it. Obviously, if somebody's got a PO, it's very much likely that the only person who knows that PO and the person asking the question is the right person to be asking the questions. But let's just do this very quickly. So I'm just going to send this here. Joseph at Thrive, PO. Can I get an update on this, please? Really quick email, and we're going to click send, and we're going to do the whole thing again. So we'll execute workflow again. The email comes through. Beanie's looking at it. Let's click open here. We can see, can I get an update on this, please? Customer, there we go. And the email sent back. So let's jump back into mail again. We'll just check it on a different order. Let's see what happens. Hi, thank you for reaching out for an update on PO. Your order has been dispatched as currently out for delivery with UPS. You can track your order here and expect it to arrive very soon. Now, this tracking link won't work because I used old expired tracking links to build this database as an example. But look at that. Any sort of question, where's my order? What's an update on my order? Those two questions, take your team's time. This means your customer services just fly. Your customer service improves, your response rates improve, and you remove all that admin. Beautiful system. And that is the most simple, effective way of building a tool that fits within a system that can answer all of the annoying kind of emails that add nothing of value to your organisation but are super important to our customers. Which means we're improving customer service, improving response rates, and most importantly of all, is freeing the team's time up to do things that can add value, that can solve problems. They can spend more time then jumping on calls and speaking with customers about what else they want out of the service, what we could be doing better, working on ways to move the needle forward, not just stay afloat, not just to paddle and swim around where we are right now and firefight their way through the days. Just remember that statistic. 70% of emails are these type of order update emails, admin emails. Teams receive on average of 80 to 110 a day. And then 90% of this email traffic they do receive is typically answering questions that rely on data that already exists and is somewhere, whether that's in a PDF, a report, or some tool or system. And this just shows how simple and easy it is to link up email, logic, and data. And you would not believe it, you've seen it. So if you're interested in this and want to try it for yourself, drop me a comment below and I can walk you through it and talk and explain exactly how you can do it for yourself. Now in my next video, I'm actually going to show you how you can work out the size of this problem. And it's really simple. Most of our communication in the modern day goes through email. Some of it goes through Zoom and Slack, but I'm going to show you can take and download a snapshot of that data into a CSV file and drop it into a tool that I've made, a free GPT, that will show exactly how many emails are being received and analyse each one to work out kind of what bucket they sit into and what percentage of their emails is exactly the kind of thing we're talking about here that a tool and a system can help you deal with and manage. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.